10 useful anger management techniques. Not everyone who experiences anger has anger management problems. Most people have, at some point in their life, gotten so angry they see red, as they say, or angry enough to scream or cry. They might even get angry enough to smash a dish or two. But they are also able to get that anger under control and get on with their lives. They control their anger does not control them. And they don't allow their anger to affect their lives either. They haven't lost a loved one or a job because they can't control their anger. But you may not be so lucky. If poor anger management techniques are taking a toll on your personal and or professional life, then pause this video right now and give yourself a pat on the back for recognizing that you need help and being strong enough to accept it. Managing your anger can be quite a challenge, but as they say, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. Take a deep breath and slow down. Many times, when people feel angry, they start moving and working at a furious pace. They speak faster, drive faster, move faster, all in response to the fight or flight reaction our body feels as a response to increased adrenaline from an emotional or physical trigger. When you pick up the pace like that, you sometimes forget to slow down and take a look at the big picture. Instead, you jump into that argument with every intention of drawing blood. The next time you get angry and ready to fight, force yourself to slow down and take a deep breath. Actually, take 3. Breathe deeply in through the nose and then exhale slowly through the mouth. The increased oxygen has a calming effect on your nervous system and will counteract the adrenaline that's rushing through your body that makes you want to kill someone. This will also give you time to calmly assess the situation and find a better way of handling it. Take a step back. When you're involved in an angry situation, your first response is to jump in and attack. But your best choice is to step back and reflect on what's really happening. Rushing in with an angry response will only escalate the conflict and provoke an even angrier response. Let the other person have their say and try to understand their point of view. Seeing the big picture is much easier when you step back from the situation and the anger that may be inhibiting your communication. Take a break. Sometimes it might just take more than just stepping back from the situation. Stress may be igniting several people's fuses to the point where everyone is angry and confused. If you're at the point when no one is thinking clearly, it may be best if everyone just go their separate ways for a while. Depending on the size of the problem and the time necessary for all involved to cool off, you could meet up in 5 minutes or reschedule the discussion until everyone has had time to get their emotions under control. Watch an instant replay. When you start feeling your anger ready to erupt, take a look back at what led you to this state. Was it something someone said? Or is it something that happened in the past that's triggered by a current issue? Give yourself time to admit you're upset and then to figure out why. Once you know why you're upset, it will be easier to come up with an effective and appropriate solution. You may have to replay the scenario a few times to understand why it's making you so angry. Once you come to the root of this anger, you may even eliminate it entirely. Walk a mile in their shoes. The next time you start to get angry because your child didn't make his bed the way you want it made, put yourself in his position. Literally. He's much shorter than you, and he doesn't have the dexterity yet to handle those perfect hospital corners. Did your husband forget to pick up milk on his way home from work? Walk a mile in his moccasins and see if you'd remember to stop at the market after the day he just had. If nothing else, put yourself in their shoes to see what it would feel like to be on the receiving end of your anger day in and day out. Take a walk. If necessary, go for a walk for a few minutes to work off your anger rather than take it out on someone else. Take your dog for a walk, stroll around your neighborhood, or head out to the loading dock to stretch your legs. Exercise of any kind relieves stress, and your anger will drain along with the stress. Avoid walking like you're heading off to kill someone, though. Walking rapidly may actually feed your anger, especially if you continue brooding while you're walking. I know it sounds trite to tell you to stop and smell the roses, but you'll find that if you do, or look up at the sky, or notice the birds in the trees, your anger will almost instantly evaporate simply because you've redirected your thoughts. Once your anger dissipates, you'll be better able to find a solution to whatever the problem is that made you angry to begin with. Regular exercise is a wonderful way to eliminate stress, and if you can get in the habit of walking several times a week, you may notice your bouts with anger are getting fewer and fewer. Talk to a friend. When you're in the middle of an anger inducing situation, talk to a friend. Call them on the phone, send them a letter, or chat on the computer. Meet up for coffee. Anything that will let you get your negative emotions into words. If a friend isn't available, write it down in a journal. Ann Landers even suggested just writing your negative thoughts down on a piece of paper and then throw it away. Just the act of getting it out and venting is often enough to dispel the anger and let you get on with finding a solution. Be ready to listen to your friends too when they have a problem. You'll not only help them, but it will give you a different perspective on your own problems, sometimes making you thankful that your problems aren't as bad as theirs. Learn to listen. When you feel yourself getting angry with someone, listen to what they have to say. Many people say they listen, but all they're really doing is keeping their mouth shut while the other person speaks and plotting what they're going to say next when it's their turn again. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. We should listen twice as much as we speak. Really listen to what the other person is saying, even if they're also speaking in anger. Be sure you understand their viewpoint. If you have to, ask them to clarify a point for you. There's no sense in getting angry or violent if you don't know why you're getting angry or violent. Get a pet. If you can't keep a goldfish on your desk at work, then get a puppy or a kitten or even a guinea pig for home. Even if you can keep a goldfish at work, get a pet for home. A pet gives you a sense of companionship and responsibility. Interacting with a pet helps relieve stress and calm your nerves. Relieving stress and anxiety helps control anger outbursts, and managing your anger becomes more important when you have someone dependent on you to look after. Put on a happy face. The next time you feel yourself getting angry, just smile. I know, it sounds stupid, but try it now. Smile and hold it for 5 seconds. It's hard to stay upset when you're smiling, even if it's forced. It's even harder for someone to stay upset with you if you're smiling. Not only will you calm yourself down, you'll diffuse all the other anger too with something as cheap and simple as a smile. Managing anger at the workplace. Up to this point, we've been discussing the effects of anger on your home life, but the fact of the matter is that a lot of people lose their jobs every day because they simply can't control their anger. Flying off the handle at home is bad enough. Your family loves you and they're willing to stand by you while you learn to manage your anger. But losing control at work can make your superiors begin questioning your decision-making capabilities, and you may just end up losing your job. Before you really get angry and start venting at work, look at yourself from your coworker's perspective. Will they think your anger is justified, or will they think you're a raving lunatic? If you don't think everyone will see it your way, it might be best just to forget about the transgression and move on. Probably the number one reason that people get angry at work is because they take things too personally. If your boss offers you constructive criticism or advice about your job, it's meant to help you improve your performance. It doesn't mean that he doesn't like you or that he doesn't appreciate your efforts. It just means that he needs the job to be done right, and he wants to show you how to do it. The easiest way to manage your anger at work is to put yourself in the other person's shoes before you fly off the handle. Imagine what you would feel like if you were standing in the middle of the lunchroom and your boss was yelling at you in front of everyone. It would feel pretty degrading. Or imagine you need to tell someone that they aren't doing the job properly. You wouldn't want someone telling you that you're doing a horrible job. You'd want them to encourage you to do a better job. You wouldn't want to be treated with such disrespect, so you shouldn't treat others that way.